Second round coming up, we get to fight another Toad. And the second round, it changes the board and it starts introducing items and coins, which I do love. It's like a slow progression of what you can do. So, second round is on Koopa Troopa Beach, a sandy-esque board where I don't think the movement speed is going to be that hindered, but it's pretty good. Said it before, this is where items are going to be introduced, where coins are going to be introduced, and, well, if anything, this is where we're going to be, our first power character is going to be introduced, Bowser. Bowser is really fucking strong, and I would really want to show what he does later on in the game. But basically, the whole point of Koopa Troopa Beach is that since it's like the first board that introduces items and coins, it also has its own gimmick. And this is one of the first introduction to gimmicks within boards. The whole point of gimmicks is that they're here to make the board interesting, not make it like pure, boring Final Destination over and over again. Every board has their own unique way of having the board interact with you. And I do love some of the boards for that. And this one is just the tide. If the tide is here and the ball is by itself, the tide will pull the ball towards the out of bounds line, but it won't go over. And if you don't grab the ball, it'll just go follow the tide line and you'll be fine. Other than that, it's more simple that later on the tide will become a high tide and you get to see a bunch of items. Koopa Troopa shells will start spawning in, hence the name of Koopa Troopa Beach. And it'll leave a bunch of coins. Coins here increase your good old points. And how coins work is that they increase your score. If you played Mario 3 on 3, it's the same mechanic. The more you hoard coins, the more extra points will be added to your score, and it's really good. The maximum you can hold is 10, unlike whatever the fuck Mario 3 on 3's max is. I've seen people hold a lot of coins. So it's that simple. Also, if the board mechanic happens when you make a point, it just outright cancels the board effect, so you won't see any coins with Troopa shells on the beach. Other than that, just try to remind yourself when tides will happen, when all that stuff will happen, so you can hoard coins, start grabbing shells. As you saw, I shot the ball with a Koopa Troopa shell. Something in this game that you can do for every sport is called an item shot. An item shot is basically when you use the item as a catalyst for your shot to make it in the basket. And I do love that for that feature. And you can use a multitude of items. This game has a lot of items in it. But since we're starting off introducing the items, the Koopa Troopa shell is just how it works in Mario Kart. It's a straightforward shot towards where you are pointing. And if you're using it as an item shot, it's a straightforward shot towards the goal, towards the basket. And you can be anywhere in the court and you can still make it. The only reason to stop it is if you want to stop it, by letting your character get sacrificed and jumping into the shell to get knocked out. It stops the shot from going. Other than that, that's all it is for the Koopa Troopa shell. Well, if you throw the Koopa Troopa shell, you don't have to worry about like missing it, because I think it starts bouncing around as well. I think it's like one bounce and that's it. And that's pretty much everything for the Koopa Troopa shell. Basically, as I said, you can either get items from item boxes or from events, and this is the only time an event where items are going to be spawning. So I do love that for that feature. Also, if you know that there's going to be people with coins, you can just shoot an item at them and it'll drop their coins, which is very cool. Nice. Anyway, after that, there's nothing else I can say about this game that will make it easier. Surprised they made that one. But yeah, it's just a simple board. Other than that, everyone has a specific thing. And if you've been seeing like the color difference between the people, Yeah, Yoshi's and Toads and a character later on in the game have multiple colors. So if you don't have that character unlocked, they're just gonna be using different colored Toads and different colored Yoshis to fill in their roster, which is cool. Pretty funny. But yeah, after that, just simple thing. Good old water. But yeah, now we're at the second period for what do you call it? Koopa Beach. Ow. I already got banged by good old Toad. Anyway. Other than that, like, it's a pretty simple board, and I do love the music that shows up here. I know for me, I'm gonna have to lower the audio because, I mean, I could just like go here and see if I can like lower the audio that way, but I don't think this game has an audio mixer because the sound effects do go higher than the game, so I probably have to put a limiter through my recording at least to like -20, which sucks because this game music is pretty good, but the audio is pretty high, especially to the point where I think last time when I made a test recording for this, it started going over my own audio for microphone. And like I don't even have like my TV on. That's how loud the game is normally. Anyway. Other than that, you get to see like a bunch of people just lounging around on the beach. This is just literally a beach that someone made a basketball court in because people wanted to play b-ball. So you get to see like Mii's just hanging around. You get to see Birdos lounging, Piantas doing their Pianta thing. Oh yeah, damn it, I didn't grab the shell. Also, if you saw like one of the other things that you can do is if you block someone for like long enough. Yeah, if you block someone for like long enough, you get to damn, really? Yeah, if you get to like block someone for long enough, and I mean long enough to the point where you start like radiating energy from it, you can do a like a super, I would say call it a super tackle, and by that I mean you do like a move that gets the ball off of them. So it's like if someone is holding the ball for too long and they can't call ball, you could just steal the ball from them by doing that. It's pretty good to know because later on you're going to be forced to do that, especially with people who just want to hold the ball forever, either through multiplayer or sometimes the CPU just loves to hold the ball because they can't get a good opening in. Some characters just take the ball, so like they make the character drop the ball. Other characters like Yoshi steal the ball, which is why I love using Yoshi in basketball, because if he does that, he can make the ball go to your team immediately. And it makes it more guaranteed to make it. Are you serious? That's the second time Yoshi's super miss. Also, like, here's the thing. You can make the claim that Yoshi Super is not good, especially since I missed it twice. You can, for supers, you can either hold the charge if you think someone's gonna block you immediately, which is what I've been doing with Yoshi and Luigi to a certain extent, or you could just let it go immediately. Like, letting it go immediately is really good because it makes it more simple for you to give me the damn shell. Makes it more simpler for you to ow. To just what do you call it? Grab possession, and makes it much more applicable for you to grab the ball, make a point, and all that. Other than that, if you want to hold it, that's fine. I ain't gonna stop you from doing it. It's a good fake out, good way to make the opponent what do you call it? Second guess themselves on supers, and especially one of my favorite supers in the game. Ah, crap. Damn it. Nah, that's fine. But yeah, if you want to hold it, it makes like mind games happen and all that, especially with characters like Mario, DK, Bowser, Daisy, and surprisingly enough, Diddy Kong. I said there's a lot of supers in this game, and some of them benefit from holding the ball either for a split second or for the full duration, and others benefit from you just doing it immediately for characters like DK, Luigi if you want to, Waluigi, Bowser, Bowser Jr. and Toad. Final board is here. Final one is here with 3 speed type enemies on DK Dock. DK Dock is like the final board, or the final like court we're in for Mushroom Cup, and I love DK Dock as the final one. Sometimes it's not gonna be always like Koopa Troopa Beach and DK Dock. Some boards cannot have these. Some boards cannot have like DK Dock, or some boards can have Koopa Troopa Beach, but we'll get to those when we get to those. But the whole point of DK Dock is that the dock will start sliding forward and back, giving like a bigger area for some things and shorter areas for others. Depends on where they go. You can either have a shorter 3-point line for your opponent and a bigger 3-pointer line for you, or vice versa. And they just go like randomly, but they stay out for like a good amount of time. After that, they go back to normal and all that. And DK Dock is where we get first introduced to item boxes. Item boxes either have a coin in them or an item, and the item can just be randomly between a couple things. Give me the damn ball. Basically, yeah, as I was saying, item boxes can just have items or coins. Coins are self-explanatory. Other items that can spawn in are like red shells, mini mushrooms, banana peels, stars, bombs, mini mushrooms, and what was another one? I think that should be all. Green shells, red shells, bombs, banana peels, mini mushrooms, stars. I think that's it. Not too big on the item library compared to Mario Kart at least. But yeah, no, it's pretty fun. Anyway, I do like the aesthetic of like DK Dock. Basically, the whole point is that the people in the jungle, like the Kong family, wanted to play basketball, so they made this dock into a b-ball court. And what was it? Basically, they didn't have like an actual basketball hoop, so they fashioned one out of like a pole with a wooden backboard and a bucket as the basket. Hold it down by like 2 lines, so it doesn't like tip over. Pretty cool. And you get to see just like Koopa Troopas, Piantas. You also get to see the scenery in the background to go. And if anything, I know later on in this board, well, here you go. I was gonna say, later on you get to see one of the other mechanics of DK Dock. The good old dock will go so far that the 2-point line and the slam dunk line for one of the ball and one of the balls is gonna be way open to the point where you cannot make the ball without sacrificing it out of bounds. And this is one of the few times where an OOB can happen. There are very few instances where an OOB can happen because, not that it's rare, but you have to find ways to get out of the court. And this is one of them because if you shoot the ball and you don't make it in, it will fall in the water and the other team will get possession of the ball. But at the cost of that, of them having a way to get it out of bounds, your side of the ball, or yeah, your side of the court is more susceptible to threes. It's so close in that you just only make threes, and it's very funny for that factor. But yeah, you could just do this all the time. And if you know that someone is not on their A game for shooting and they're not in like the technical Goldilocks zone to keep making baskets, you could just let them shoot, and if they're not perfect, they will fall in the water. Because if they fall in the water too, either through like an item use or they just jump in like a moron, they will like lose it. See what I mean? Pretty simple. I love it. Also, I love that what do you call it? One of the other things about this game is that the item block in general, if you make a shot before the item is even like determined for you, you can you just get a random item, and I hate that. For one thing. Just for one reason. One of the hardest items and one of the rarest items I always see in this game is the star. Go figure. But the star makes your team invisible and makes your team super fast. And there's no way for you to lose the ball as the team of 3 with the star unless you find a way to. And I just have like an instance where I got a star after making a shot and immediately lost the star the next time the ball came into court. So I do have like a love-hate relationship with that mechanic. Give me the ball. Anyway, other than that thing from like when I first played this game, it makes it more in the sense that this game just is out to get me. Anyway, the whole point of like you getting an item before like the thing comes, you always want an item in your backlog because items are good to like set as a trap, use for an item shot, or if you know someone is holding the ball for too long, you could just use it as a way to grab it. And one of the other things about this is that like items that always go into the basket are always green shells, red shells, bananas. So if you want those just to make a shot and like take out at least one character that you know, then try to keep it in your backlog. But other than that, if you're trying to have an item to disrupt or as a trap, you can use bombs and mini mushrooms and bananas for that simple reason as well. Other than that, try to find a way to do that. Oh man, I missed my layup. That sucks. You can also do layups in this game, which the only reason to do a layup is if you think that someone is gonna take your or like someone is there to stop your dunk attempt. You can just do that by going to doing the slam dunk animation and pressing 1. So you could do like a quick layup animation. It stops them from doing their attack on you, and since you're invulnerable to that. And other than that, it makes it simple to do. And what do you call it? The only way to stop a layup is a jump cut. So like you just jump and hit 1. That's the only way to stop a layup. It's like very like RPS vibes to this as well, where you have to think, okay, is my opponent gonna stop my dunk attempt, or do I do a layup? But if they do a layup, they can't stop my dunk attempt because they have to actually aim where my dunk is gonna be. Or they're gonna aim where I'm gonna be at that point. Other than that, is more of the simple facts of that. Oh yeah, combo is one of the few times where you can actually use the dunk attempt when DK Doc is way too in. So if you want just a 2-pointer, go ahead. But yeah, that's how like the basketball is gonna be boiling down to as well, because it's like an RPS thing. We have to think, okay, so what am I gonna do? Do I want to dunk this time? Do I want to make a 3-pointer? Does my opponent know? How much bar meter do I have and all that? Super is pretty cool. The way you make a meter in this game is just from shooting the ball. You just shoot the ball and you get 1 bar. Come on. Other than that, nothing else can happen. You can try to do good defense and all that, but the only way you can get like 1 bar of super to gain for your full super bar is just keep shooting. Even if you miss, you're gonna get a free super bar. So that's why. But with that, Mushroom Cup has been done and dusted. Pretty interesting game, and I do love this game for what it does. And with that, completion for this game is that once you finish the final board, or like the final like court for your designated sport, you get that court for free play. So we unlock DK Dog. We can use DK Dog for as much as we want if we want to do free play for buddies, practice, or shit like that. And with that, we finally get our trophy.
We did it!
Congratulations, we have done it. So we got the Mushroom Cup, and this little text here is what I mean by completion. Play again for the chance to discover a new route. New routes mean the completion requirement. As I said, we can get like 200 likes. I will sit down and record B-roll for the completion for this game, and meaning I get to go back to doing voiceovers again. So, it's gonna be fun. But with that, we are gonna be finishing off for today. We have finished Mushroom Cup, giving us a brand new trophy on our counter. Next time, and I'm gonna go back here. Also, once you beat Mushroom Cup, you get the Moogle for Final Fantasy as a character. Cute. Anyway. Next time on Mario Sport Mix, we're gonna be going through the next cup in basketball tournament mode to see what other boards will show up, what other characters we'll see. And since we unlocked the Moogle, we're going to be seeing the Moogle show up in the randomized teams for the CPU. So, thank you all for joining me today. Hope you guys will enjoy this short LP. As I said, if you get to that like goal, I will do the completion for this game, which it's not going to rip my hair out, unlike Astral Chain will and some other LPs down the line. But it is going to be a long endeavor for me. So, with that out of the way, Mario, take us to the end screen.